Hello everybody, this is your last review, transformations. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about measuring angles here. And this image is given to us and we got a protractor talking about this angle. Now we can see the end of the arrow. It's pointed in this direction and this direction. So this is the angle we're talking about. So we're going to start down here and we're going to count up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all the way up to here. And that's pointed at 110 degrees. So the measure of the angle is 110 degrees. Now acute angles are less than 90. Obtuse are greater than 90, but less than 180. Okay, so we got acute, obtuse. We also have right angles, which are 90 degrees. And finally, straight angles are 180 degrees. So draw a little picture there of a 90-degree angle as well. So we have acute, obtuse, right, and straight. So this particular angle, this is an obtuse angle. Now, you should have the protractors in your room, but if you recall how to use the protractors, you take the protractor and you want to line up that little center point with where the angle is, okay? And this angle in particular is going at that sort of there, okay? Not the greatest protractor, hopefully yours shows it a little bit more clear. But we're counting up this way. So in this case, we're going to be using the inside numbers here. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It looks about, let's call that 65 degrees. Now I'm just using my iPad here, so your protractor might vary a little bit from that. Okay. Now when we talk about complementary versus supplementary angles, we got two types of scenarios. Okay. We have angles that add to 90. And we got angles that are going to add to 180 degrees, okay? Now two angles that add to 90, so for example 30 degrees and 60 degrees are called complementary. And two angles that add to 180, so let's call that 60 degrees and 120 degrees. Those are called supplementary, okay? So if we want the complementary angle, all we have to do is subtract the angle that we know about. So 90 minus 23 gives us, grab a calculator, 67 degrees. There we go. And the supplementary angle to that, you just subtract from 180. So 180 minus 23 gives me 157. And we do the same thing for 85 degrees, okay? We're going to take 90 minus 85, and that gives us 5 degrees, or 180 minus 85 gives us 95 degrees. So you're just subtracting from 90 or subtracting from 180. All right, find the missing angle. So we've got 90 degrees here, so 90 minus 28 is going to give us the measure of that angle. In this case, it's 62 degrees. So this angle here is going to be 62 degrees. This entire thing on the right here is 180. So this is a supplementary angle. We're going to go 180 minus 116 gives us 64 degrees. So the measure of this angle over here is 64 degrees. So complementary versus supplementary angles. All right, scale factor. We're coming up with a fraction, and it's going to be the image number divided by the original number. So we're just looking for the same sides to compare. So for example, on the left side here, this is 3 units tall. And on the scale diagram, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units tall. So our scale factor that we're going to come up with is going to be the image number, which is 9, divided by the original number, which is 3. So the scale factor is 3, because 9 divided by 3 is 3. So that means the new thing is 3 times as big as the original. And this would be an enlargement. All right, let's take a look at the next one. Now again here, the scale factor, we look for the image or the new thing divided by the original. Okay, so we need to find two sides to compare here. And we could do a couple different things. We could, let's go with this line and this line, because they're both in the same position and they're the same, we can compare them. So the scale factor is the image, which is the new thing, and it looks like that's 3 units tall, and this is 4 units tall. So the scale factor is going to be 3 over 4, and that is all we're looking for, the scale factor. It's 3/4 as big, which means this is a reduction. All right, draw the figure below using a scale factor of 3. Now, it might have been a while, but 3 is the same as 3 over 1, which means this is our new over the original. Now you might remember from our measurement unit that you had to look up things on the formula sheet. That's the scale factor, and we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to use this as our one fraction, and we're going to compare it to a new fraction. And here's how this works. First, measure the sides. So this is a side length of 1. And then here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1 again, and then the distance from there to there is 2. Oops. And that's all we're going to use to compare. So we're going to set up some new fractions. All right, so this is our original. And in our scale factor, that's always the image over the original. So our original is always going to go on the bottom. So we take the scale factor that we're given, 3 over 1, and we're going to compare it to some new information, a new fraction. So 3 over 1, we're going to compare it to a new fraction, just like the measurement unit. And our original here is 6, and we put x there. Now, in our measurement unit, we multiplied the pair of numbers that we knew about. So x is 3 times 6, which is 18. So if we're going to change this side length at 6, in our new picture, it's got to be 18 long. We're multiplying by 3. So let's start here and let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, so we changed this 6 up here to 18 in our new picture. It's 3 times as big. All right, let's take a peek at this 1. So we do the same thing, and it's going to be 3 over 1. Whoops. 3 over 1 is equal to x over 1. Well, x equals 3. We multiply those together. So in our new picture, this is going to be 3 times as big. Okay, so we've changed 2 of the sides. And we copy the bottom here, so that's also going to be that big. And then let's pick another color here. Let's go with purple. All right, so these purple lengths are 1 in the original, so they become 3 in the new. All right, now the last portion that we need to come up with, let's go with, what color are we going to do here? Let's go with red. Okay, so in the original it was 2. So if we multiply that by 3, we get 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's where that one goes. And we connect there to there and there to there. So we've drawn a scale factor 3 image. It's 3 times as big. Now in this one, we're going to reduce this by 1/3, which means we need to divide every side by 3. So this is 3 units. This is 3 units, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units. So we go 9, times 1/3 is 3, and 3 times 1/3 is 1. So our new one is going to be 3 units long by 1 unit tall. And this is our new reduction. All right, translations. So we have a couple types of translation. A slide basically, moves something, but it doesn't rotate it. A rotation starts to spin stuff around. So you might have something here, and that's going to get turned around, and you might get it, that's not a very much changed thing. So we go, that might be a rotation. Okay, so this one is just simply sliding 3 down and 5 right. So pick any point here, and we'll start with B. We're going to go down 3 and 5 right. So B ends up there, and we do the same thing for A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's where A goes, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's C. So our translation, our slide, that's where it ends up. And because it's new, we're going to put little hash marks above, little apostrophes, indicating it's a new shape. Okay, so A prime, B prime, C prime. Let's talk about this one. So when we're talking about this in words, we just have to describe where something goes from. So you'll notice that this is the new thing, and this is the old thing, the original. So let's pick U, and we're going to go to U prime. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, and 1, 2 units right. So we're going 2 right and 6 down. So maybe pause the video and check out the next one here. See if you can do it. Okay, let's pick another one. Let's go from S to S prime. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 units down. 4 units down, and 1, 2, 3 units right. So that's our translation in words. We're just saying it's going right or left or up or down. That's it. Now if we move on to reflections. Okay, reflections across the y-axis. So first of all, we're going from this over there. So how you do these is you just take A and count how far it is to that axis. So that is 1 away. So A prime is going to be over here, 1 on the other side. B is 1 away, so B prime is going to be 1 away on the other side. Now C is 1, 2, 3 away, or sorry, 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4 away gives me C prime. And we connect our dots, and that is a reflection across the y-axis. All right, the last part, coordinates. So coordinates are always your x, which is moving left or right, followed by your y, which is our up or down. And you're always starting from 0, from that center point when you talk about coordinates. So our first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and plot these points. So A is at 2, 5. So we go left and right first, and then we go up or down, starting from the middle. So A is at 2, 5. So we go 2 to the right and 5 upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where A is. Now B is at 2, 1. So 2 to the right, 1 up. And C is at 5 to the right, 1 up. All right, and let's connect those points, and we get ourselves a little triangle, ABC. Now what are we doing? We're reflecting it in the x-axis, so that means this is going down into that coordinate there. So let's count how far it is from that axis. So B is 1 away, so B prime will be 1 away on the other side. C is 1 away, so C prime is 1 away on the other side. And A is 5 away, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away on the other side. So we have A prime, B prime, and C prime. And here it's asking for the coordinates of the new one. So A is going to be at 2, negative 5. B is going to be at 2, negative 1. And C is at 5, negative 1. That's the coordinates of the new point. Okay, the next little bit is for you guys to try, do your best, and I can follow up Monday if you have any questions.